Hello everyone. In this class, you are going to learn some more important powers of President of India. So in the previous class, that is day 16, we discussed already some of the important powers of a president. Example, legislative power, executive power, judicial power, financial power, emergency powers. Those and all we discussed. So now, today, let me discuss more information about remaining two powers of a president, which is nothing but emergency powers. Emergency powers of a president. So generally, when there is a unnatural situation in a country at that time, based on the recommendations of a union cabinet, the president will declare emergency in a country. So when there is a unnatural condition, uncontrolled condition in a country, based on union cabinet. Union cabinet means who? Prime Minister and Council of Ministers. Based on union cabinet recommendation. Based on union cabinet recommendations, President will declare emergency. President declare emergency. Very important line, this one you have to remember it. So whenever there is an unnatural condition in a country, based on the union cabinet recommendations, president will declare emergency. So the power of declaring emergency, that is vested with President of India. This is the concept discussed in the article 352, article number 352 to 360 in our constitution. And the 18th part, very important articles and one. 18th part of Indian Constitution. 18th part of Indian Constitution. Article number 352 to 360. It will be give description about emergency powers of a president. Emergency powers of a president. So when the president will declare emergency, the president will declare emergency when there is a unnatural situation in a country. Based on the recommendations of union cabinet, president will declare emergency in a country. That is also we can consider as president rule. This is discussed in article number 352 to 360 in the 18th part of Indian Constitution. This is the content described. This is the concept we borrowed from Indian Government Act 1935. Indian Government Act 1935. So the emergency powers of a president, that concept we borrowed from Indian Government Act 1935. Very important bit. Emergency powers of a president, that concept we are borrowed, taken from Indian Government Act 1935. And more importantly, during emergency powers, emergency period, what kind of effect that will be takes place on fundamental rights, that we are borrowed from Germany Constitution. So we can say that effect on fundamental rights, effect on fundamental rights during emergencies. I hope you are very clear, right? Effects on fundamental right during emergency, that concept we are borrowed from Germany Constitution. These two are very important. Don't be confused with these two lines. The emergency powers of a president, that concept we are borrowed from Indian Government Act 1935. And after that, what about the effect on fundamental rights during emergency? Student, During emergency, fundamental rights, it is not applicable to the people. Everything is under the control of president only. There is no fundamental rights to the citizens during emergencies. That concept we borrowed from Germany constitution. So it is all about the introduction of emergency powers of the president. Articles you must remember 352 to 360. So from where we borrowed this one? Indian Government Act 1935. So the emergency powers of a president, there are three types. One will be national emergency. National emergency. Article number 352. Article number 352. Second one, state emergency. Article number 356. And third one, financial emergency. Article number 360. There are three emergency periods. One will be national emergency, applicable for entire country. State emergency, applicable for only a particular state. And the financial emergency, this will be applicable to the entire country. So here article what? Here we discuss, right? 352 to 360. It is all about these three emergencies. National emergency 352, state emergency 360, and the financial emergency, that is 360. Let us talk about national emergency first. National emergency. So, based on the recommendation of Union Cabinet, President will declare national emergency. See, if any part of our country suffering with some disturbances or any kind of unnatural situation in any part of India, at that time, President will declare emergency based on the recommendations of Union Cabinet. So, whenever the President is going to declare emergency, first of all, approval from two houses of the Parliament is very, very important. That the emergency bill must approve within a 1 month. Emergency bill must approve within 1 month. Within 1 month. Very, very important. And the emergency will be continued. It will be continued for 6 months. From 6 months to it may be extended also. Emergency period will be extended also. But whenever the emergency period will be going to be extended, but every 6 months once, approval should take from the two houses of the Parliament. Listen again. National emergency. This national emergency bill must approve in the two houses of the Parliament within a month. And it will be imposed for how many months? 6 months. And it will be extended for another 6 months also. But every 6 months, approval from the two houses of the Parliament is very, very important. Very, very important. So far in India, 3 times national emergency imposed. 3 times in India. 3 times in India, national emergency imposed. One will be in 1962. What happened in 1962? Indo-China War. And after that, 1971, Indo-Pak War. And 1975, due to some internal disturbances. Listen. So far in India, 3 times national emergency imposed. First one, 1962. At that time, India-China War. 1962. At that time, China is claimed to occupy Arunachal Pradesh in India. At that time, war takes place. 1971, Indo-Pak War. and 1975 internal disturbances, due to some internal disturbances. In 1975, a brave woman Prime Minister of India, Indira Gandhi, imposed national emergency. At that time, President of India is Fakhruddin Ali. Fakhruddin Ali is the President of India. Fakhruddin Ali is a president. And who is the Prime Minister? Indira Gandhi. Indira Gandhi is a Prime Minister. So 1975, three times it was imposed, right? 1962 and 1971 due to because of wars, and 1975 due to some internal disturbances, the emergency is imposed by whom? Indira Gandhi Prime Minister. At the time, Fakhruddin Ali is the President of India. So that is all about national emergency in India. National emergency is imposed by the President of India based upon the recommendations of Union Cabinet. So article number 352. So national emergency bill must be approved in the both houses of the parliament within 1 month. That will be continued for 6 months, and it will be extended also. It will be extended to the 1 year, 1.5 year like that. But every 6 months, approval from two houses they must be taken. So far in India, 3 times this national emergency imposed. First one is 1962 due to because of India-China war, 1971 Indo-Pak war, and 1975 due to some internal disturbances. It was imposed by the Indira Gandhi Prime Minister. At that time, President is Fakhruddin Ali. That is all about national emergency period. So after we discussed about national emergency, let us move on to the next emergency power of a president, that is nothing but state emergency. State emergency. Article number how much? Article number 356. Article number 356. So based upon the recommendation of a governor, based on recommendations of governor, president will impose, president will declare emergency. If the state government is not ruling as per constitutional rules and regulations, at that time, governor will be recommend the president to impose emergency in a particular state. Emergency in a particular state. So in the national emergency, we discussed it based upon the recommendations of Union Cabinet, right? Here, based on the recommendations of the governor, president will declare emergency in a particular state. This will be described in article number 356. Article number 356. Here also approval from the two houses they must be taken before implementing emergency in a particular state. So this emergency will be continued until for 3 years. This emergency will be continued for 3 years also. 3 years also. So whenever the state government is not ruling as per constitutional rules and regulations, at the time governor will be recommended to the president to declare emergency in a particular state. So let us discuss about Karnataka's emergencies. In Karnataka, so far 6 times emergency is declared. 6 times state emergency declared in Karnataka. 6 times. See here, everything will be due to the problems in a political party. So sometimes whenever there are political leaders unable to show their majority, at that time government will be collapsed. So 6 times. Then first of all 1971, 1977, 1977, and after that 1989, 1990, 2007. In Karnataka, 6 times the emergency is declared so far. 1971, 1977, 1989, 1990, 2007 and 2007. Here it is. Here I am giving a small work to you students. So, why emergency declared in Karnataka in these years? That is your work today. So, let us find out. Let find out the reason to declare emergency. So it is a work to you to the students, and just browse this information and identify the reason why emergency is declared in Karnataka 6 times, and write in a paper and send to me through the WhatsApp group. So 6 times in Karnataka emergency is declared: 1971, 1977, 1989 and 1990, 2007 and finally 2007. So it is a task to you to find out the reason why emergency will be declared 6 times in Karnataka. So that is all about state emergency period. And finally, one more emergency is there, that is financial emergency. Financial emergency. Article number 360. So whenever the financial condition of a country is bad, at that time President itself declare emergency in a country. So far in India, no financial emergency is imposed. One time means so far no financial emergency declared by the president in our country. So all these are emergency powers of a president. Emergency powers of a president. The first emergency is national emergency, article number 352. State emergency 356. Financial emergency 360. So these are the, see, national emergency based on union cabinet recommendations, president will declare. State emergency based on governor recommendation, president will declare. Financial emergency based on union cabinet recommendations, president only he will be declared. This concept we borrowed from the Indian Government Act 1935, and the effects of fundamental rights during emergency, that we borrowed from Germany constitution. It is all about the emergency powers of a president. This is the last power of a president in India. That is, we can consider other powers of a president or else discretionary powers of a president. Discretionary means special powers. So what are the powers here? Without any union cabinet recommendation, discretionary powers. Without a union cabinet recommendation. Without a union cabinet recommendations, president will be having some powers. Those are known as discretionary powers. Generally, we discussed several times, right? Prime Minister and Union Cabinet is very important. They will advise the president whenever they need. All the president acts are based upon cabinet of Union Cabinet only. But here, discretionary powers, president no need to consult Union Cabinet with regarding discretionary powers. So, what are those special powers? First of all, first powers. President may invite any leader from the political parties, to form government during hung parliament. Very, very important. President may invite any leader from any party to form a government during hung parliament. Here you may get confusion with the word what is hung parliament. Hung parliament means in a general elections, no political party won the majority of seats. At that time, hung will happens. Means what? No party won majority seats to form a government. At that time, president may invite, example, two political, we can consider that 300 seats are there. 300 seats, constituencies. 300 constituencies. 300 constituencies. Two political parties are there, political party A, political party B. So in that 300, the minimum constituency is needed to form a party, that is, we can say that 180. At that time what happens? A political party won 150 and B political party will be, we can say that A political party won 130 and B political party won 130. And another political party is there C, that will be one, we can say that 40. At that time, hung parliament will be happens here. Hung parliament means what? How many constituencies are needed? 180 is needed. But political party A 130, political party B 130, and political party C will be 140. No party having the power to form a government. At that time, what will happen? President will invite any leader from any party to form a government. That is known as hung parliament. In this kind of situation, what happens? Either political party A, either political party B, they will be going to merge with political party C. Totally what will happen? We can say that 170 here. So 130 plus 140, 170 will be happens, right? So magic figure will be there and they can form the government. So during hung parliament, president may invite any leader from any party to form the government. So without consent of union cabinet. Next. He may reject bill sent by parliament. So in the legislative power, Lok Sabha approval after Rajya Sabha, Rajya Sabha approval after president, right? President may reject the bill sent by the parliament without any union cabinet recommendations. He may reject, he may approve, he may resend the bill for the further considerations. And finally, president will have power to dissolve Lok Sabha. President having power to dissolve Lok Sabha. He can cancel Lok Sabha. So these three are the discretionary powers of a president. Means president may invite any leader from the political party to form the government whenever there is a hung parliament. Hung parliament means what? It is a position, it is a situation when no political party won the majority seats to form the government. That is known as hung parliament. So and after that he may reject the bill sent by the parliament, and finally president have the power to cancel the Lok Sabha without any recommendations of union cabinet. These are the discretionary powers of a president. So students, in the previous video and today video, we completed a very important topic in the lesson union government, which is nothing but powers of a president. So in the next class, again we will meet together to discuss the powers and functions of a prime minister and union cabinet. That is the end of the lesson union government. Thank you. Have a nice day.